Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. I cannot believe it's Thursday already. Where does the time fly? But it seems to go when you're having fun. I'm Rolene Marks, and before we head into the weekend, let's take a look at those top stories making headlines. And I really thought we were done with the COVID headlines in Israel, but evidently we are not. Israel has seen a spike in COVID-19 infections over the last week or so. We marked about 300 new infections since yesterday, although serious cases and hospitalizations still remain relatively low. And it was reported that June was the least deadly month for Israel as far as COVID-19 is concerned. This also comes as Israel continues to roll out our world-leading vaccination program. In fact, in the last couple of days, there has been a record amount of young people between the ages of 12 to 15 receiving their first jabs. Yesterday, 16,000 youngsters received their first vaccination. So what is the situation at the moment? Well, last week, it was announced that as of Friday at noon, we would have to reinstitute the indoor mask mandate. And this spike is largely due to the Delta variant, which we have seen coming into the country as a result of people who aren't properly vaccinated or haven't been vaccinated and have been abroad. Several cities have been termed red cities. Binyamina is one, Kfar Saba is another. Modi'in, where I am, was orange earlier this week. We're waiting to see where we are as far as infections are as well here. And a lot of discussion about what to do with the airport. The airport has been termed the ground zero for Israel's COVID-19 spike. Yesterday, airport staff started to divide travelers that were incoming between those that had been from high infection areas or countries and others. And at the moment, it is banned for Israelis to go to certain countries, including South Africa, Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, and a very, very heavy fine, one of 5,000 shekels, if you are caught returning from one of these banned countries. Interior Minister Ayelet Shaked also announced earlier today that if these infections continue to spike, the decision to perhaps close the airport will be taken. And the Health Ministry announced that maybe Israel will relook at reinstituting the Green Pass. The Green Pass, or Tav Yarok, as it's called here in Israel, is the passport that allows vaccinated people their ability to enter certain places. So it is expected that we could see an increase in the amount of infections next week, but we are hoping to contain this without having to reintroduce further restrictions. In other news, earlier today, the IDF announced that they had apprehended a suspect who attacked a soldier in the Jordan Valley. The soldier was reportedly stabbed and her weapon taken from her. She is in moderate to stable condition, and this is an ongoing investigation. And our final story, we welcomed the German President Steinmeier, to our shores just yesterday. He is in the country to meet with Israel's new government, and earlier today he paid tribute to our outgoing President Reuven Rivlin, who ends his term next week and has served us magnificently for 7 years. At the moment, President Steinmeier is at Yad Vashem, Israel's National Holocaust Memorial Museum, and is expected to meet with Prime Minister Bennett and members of his government a little later. So short but sweet, those are our headlines. And we wish you a restful and a peaceful, and most important, a safe and healthy weekend. But before we head there, or if you want to chill this weekend but really not miss your dose of Lay of the Land, please check out our content on layoftheland.online. I've written an article all about Israel's historical humanitarian aid, including our efforts in Surfside in Miami over the last couple of decades. That will be up later. It will also be on Facebook sometime this weekend. And while you're on Facebook, if you're viewing us on our Facebook page at Lottel Site, please give us a like or a follow while you're there. Help us grow our community and also tell the world about what's happening in Israel. So many of us are frustrated at the mainstream media, and every time you watch and share our Israel briefs and share our content, you help Israel's story get out to the masses. We're on YouTube at the Israel Brief. Click on that red subscribe button, and we're on Twitter at Lay of the Land 5, so interact with us there. And I wish you, and on behalf of all our team here, a wonderful weekend. Shabbat Shalom, may it be peaceful, and we'll catch you on Monday.